What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? I'm nonplussed. I'm pissed off. Not getting a lot of sleep. Angry about last night's action. I'm very thankful that you're here with me. I know that this anger will subside. But right now, I'm pissed off. 1-1 in NHL last night. 0-1 in NBA last night, and then got killed in college basketball. And I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Had a bad poker night. And when I'm losing, I don't sleep. I am thankful to be here. I imagine within half an hour or so, I'll be smiling and fucking laughing. But I've been angry all morning. I was angry all night. God damn. Thank you for watching Betting with the Bag. I'm sorry that I get upset when I lose. I don't like being a loser. I don't like taking it in a drink hole. I don't like taking it in the bottom mouth. I don't like waking up at 4:45 grinding the card after a shit fucking night. I like sleeping. I like winning. I like eating well. Shout out to the cappers in the chat. Dan Kelly in the house, first half. Houston team total under 66.5. I will copy and paste that right now. It wasn't just losing last night. There were winners. There were low bag winners. We do have the award to give out, the Vegas Gun Award for Excellence in Capping. All right, Dan Kelly has some stuff off the top that I need to read here. Anytime Dan Kelly says anything, I need to really care about it and not just let my anger roll right past it. Dan Kelly says the main reason the TPC is considered the fifth major of golf is because it always has the highest purse. The point of pride for the PGA-sponsored event raises this year's purse to $15 million. When I was a kid, I would watch with my dad, and they'd always post on TV how much money each player in the top 10 had won that week. Now you have to search to find those amounts. They want you to think it's about the competition and love of the game, but there's no doubt what motivates the best golfers in the world is money. And it's motivating me right now as well. Money. Right now, in Dan Kelly's honest opinion, Sung J Im is the best golfer in the world, but he's not being priced like it. I'm on him at 25-1. I got on him plus 105 heads up versus Cantlay last night. Now it is minus 105. And I will put money on him as the opportunities present themselves. I posted on Twitter months ago that I'm on him to win the PGA money list for 2020 at 200-1. He's currently number 2. That's from our Dan Kelly. This guy's trying to put money in our pockets. And I will copy and paste this. Why wouldn't I bet on golf right now? Okay. Sorry. Lack of sleep. Shy Archie. We got Shy Archie. Pride of the Shy. Arian Costa is on Boston minus 2 and Cavs plus 4. I'm going to copy and paste that right now. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. Max security to Bob Baffert, says Guillermo Zertucci. God, I hate reading this shit about Jason Service. Son of a bitch. Ruining all the fucking glory of this spectacular horse service. You selfish skunt. AZ in the house. Cobra Sports 609. Bobby Arms ready to get to work. Walla Walla Do says Washington minus 4. Early lean. Chicago minus 4, minus 3.5. Sullying the name, the great name of Maximum Security. Jason Service. God. Robert Allen in the house. Mitch Bruner ready to get to work. Bobby Arms. There's Shy Archie. I like seeing Shy Archie in the house. Walla Walla Dose ready to get to work as well. RL, silver, gold. RL is our guy, Randy Lockhart. By the way, Drewski902 says, really like Philly over Boston tonight. The streak continues. Philly going for their 10th straight win. 10th straight win. And this is some tough competition with these Boston Bruins. Pablo Escobar, Mark Unkefer, Jason Turgi, Trevor Loudon, Nasty Nate in the house. Nasty Nate. At least I got the muscle here in case something goes wrong. There's Trotwam, Paulie C, Garrett Kerr. Trotwam leans are Timberwolves plus 12.5, Celtics minus 3, Memphis minus 2.5, Washington minus 4. Can't wait to hear what you pulled the trigger on. I've only pulled the trigger on one bet. There's another one I was going to, but market was moving towards the Habs. Illwise, beautiful work last night. I will talk about you off the top. Great job, Illwise, eating and putting out winner after winner in this chat. Respect. Antoine Seymour says a lot of money on the table today. Let's eat. Michelle Wynn, Bulls first quarter under. Michael Wynn, man. Lack of sleep. Who knows what's going to happen in the next hour and a half? Michael Wynn, respect. I apologize. Bulls first quarter under. Wizards first quarter over. Mavs first quarter and first half from Michael Wynn. And copy and paste Michael's action right here, right under Chaltwam. Oh, God. Dominic Lara in the house. Kenneth Wallace. Spencer Penny G said, I told you not to go against that Raps, buddy. They just fight every night. They fight. They have big heart. It cost me money. Ronnie Christie. Paulie C saying, loving first quarter plays today. Grizz -1 first quarter. Nets +4 first quarter. Blazers -2.5 first quarter. There's Ski Profit in the house. Coming to us live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you for joining us, Ski. All you guys waking up early on the West Coast. Respect. Gerald Jones, nice 2-in-1 night. There's Ronnie Christie. Sammy B in the house. We were playing poker till late last night. Not a good night for me on the felt. But Sammy picked up a giant pot right as I was bouncing. George Wood. There's David Hutton. Heart in hand. Serious business. Mr. Gokster. Cobra Sports 609. Leonard Welch. There's the diehard MMA podcast. Our guy, your guy, Clint, a.k.a. An American in the house. There's DJ Big Boss. Coy is more. Great start to the week. Great job. Nicholas Fogg. Jansen Bonzen. Stephen Lewis in the house. Sammy B says it got bigger. Respect. I'm happy you're cashing. Betting in heels. Brad Hassan. Daryl Rice. Astute Chaos. There's Boston Nick. Respect Boston Nick cashing that salami under in NHL. There's Viper NB. There's Killa B. Alex Ramirez. Not me. Frankie Martinez. Rob T. Sammy B locked in. Washington -4. We talked about that last night while we were playing poker. Grab that right now. Sweaty Butcher. Not me on Kent State. Is that Kent State today? Or is that I'll copy and paste it regardless. There's Nilo in the house as I'll bring some coffee when I pass by the studio. You know what I do sometimes when I'm so angry? Is I won't drink coffee. I won't even eat. I will put myself through a shittier situation out of anger. Miguel Vega in the house says Memphis is a lock. There's Lamont Williams. Richie Rich in the house. Great. Big NHL card. We got a cap together. Omar J. Legend ready to go. Nate Dogg 420. Steve Priest. Gerardo Hernandez. There's Dave Burke. Put $100 on Authentic at plus 1,100 to win the Derby yesterday. Couldn't resist. I get it, man. Plus 1,100 is beautiful. I don't make future bets on the Derby. There's so much money to make on the Derby that I just get. There's so many things that can happen with these animals when we bring them over to Kentucky, and so I don't make unless you get 35 and 45 to ones, which I've done in the past. But for the last 5 or 6 years, I've just been watching and letting it go. But I like it. There's Melvin Betances, Stephen Fair in the house, Paulie C. Oops, squad cap already on Nets plus 11. Celtics -2, Cavs money line. Ilya Katz. Okay, I'm just going to lock in everybody's action here. Then we're going to go some of you who succeeded last night. There's Bob Berube in the house. Danny Menlo. Christopher Carter. Optimus Prime. All right, let's get to work. There's Damian McCorston. 1 for the money. Flipper 13. Bill McHugh. David Chamilio already on the clips. Frank Kelly says protect those precious bodily fluids. Jansen says I lost your hat size. It's 7 3/8, Jansen. 7 3/8. Okay. Thank you, Stephen. I'm not pleased Okay, let's talk about. I'm starting to feel a little better. Sometimes you got to get out these emotions. Ah! Ah! There's Jimmy Stain in the house. All right, let's talk about those of you who have found success in the last 24 hours. Joe Anisi cashes with the work play of the day. Phillies -120. Eddie Euler gave out Leicester -1 to everybody. Easy casher. Illwise play of the day. 1 and 2. Western Michigan +9.5. Utah Jazz full game under 226.5. Rob, let's wait on Rob. Let's wait on Rob. Chris Barnhart, North Dakota State and Nuggets today. Glenn Elliott Mann said he was going for a North Dakota day. North Dakota State -1, North Dakota -2. He parlayed both. Cash. Boston Nick Grand Salami. Paulie C with Hofstra -3. Chris Barnhart, as I said, North Dakota State and Nuggets. But our winner of the Vegas Gun Award for Excellence in Capping, sending our respect to the one and only, the legend Tom Gunn. The winner is a first-time winner, Rob Stevenson. Rob Stevenson, 4-0. East Tennessee State, North Dakota State, Northern Kentucky, and Hofstra. Bang, 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 bang. Rob Stevenson, 4-0. Book it. Book it. All right. Okay. Get it out. Now let's attack this card. We're going to start in NHL. There's Johnny Valdez in the house. Oh, nice. Nice job, Johnny Valdez. Grabbing caps when they're down 2-0. Nice job. Champion. Let's move on to Authentic. And let's watch everybody bet in the AP. Saying, oh, I found value. Authentic will win the Santa Anita Derby, and then he will go into the Kentucky Derby. Let's hope that Tiz the Law wins the Florida Derby. And everyone says, let's hope he wins it by 5 or 6 lengths, because Authentic will light him up and smoke him. Ugh. All right. I hear you, Dan. It was a bad night. Mr. Gogster, you know who it is. There's only one guy who will have the most beautiful California horse we could ever see. Bob Baffert. Okay. All right. Let's get to work right now. Coming off a 1-1 day in NHL, hit the under 6 in Florida St. Louis easily, lost at Capitals -1.5. In NHL, the record is not good. 103 wins, 127 losses. It's not awful hitting 44.8% when you're at +120, but it's not good. Under 8.93 units, an ROI of -3.88%. And Von Post says, I can't believe they're putting them drugs into maximum security. They didn't need to. They had no reason to. Richie Rich smashed Winnipeg last night. Great job. All right. Carlos Bro says, sorry, Jimmy, my Capitals stunk up the joint last night. Slats 45, 2-2 last night. Hit that Blues under with me. Lost caps in the taint. Peter Lucas, Flames, Red Wings. You mean Hurricanes, Red Wings, because I'm on that as well, Peter Lucas. All right, let's get to work right now and hammer this card. We're going to start with Lightning Leafs. I've already made one move on this NHL card. I want to add another, but the market was moving against me, so I just let that go. Yeah, Flip, a lot of the money's been lost lately. Frankie Martinez, no, the taint play today did not come in. All right, let's move over to NHL. I do have the taint play of the day right here, though. Our man who it was hitting at 73.5% before yesterday. So, they're going to be losses. There's going to be losses. Our man, Matt Randall, is in the hospital right now. Briggsy doing his last checkup. I know Briggsy's good. I know he's going to get that clean bill of health. I know Briggsy, he's 9 months old, going to walk out of there. Just open arms to everybody, blowing kisses, kissing titties, slapping ass. I know he's going to be just fine. But let's all just send out as much positivity. I'm going to have to dig deep for this because I'm pretty negative right now. All the positivity we can to the Randall family. All the positivity in the world. Let's just send it right to Big Briggsy. Let's make sure Big Briggsy strolls out of that hospital like the man he is. I know he's not even 1 year old yet, but he's got the heart of a champion. Briggsy, much love to you. Much love to the Randall family. You guys are going to stroll out of there with big smiles on your faces today. And the paint play of the day is Hartford plus 7.5. He's also putting a full unit on the money line as soon as Bovada offers it. And he's also on North Carolina minus 3.5. I'm going to copy and paste that right now. The taint play of the day. And he says he's not fucking around. The taint play of the day is Hartford plus 7.5. Going to copy and paste that right now. I'm hammering this card hard. But there are no rules. There are no rules. It's our show now. It's your show now. And Jason Radowitz says, I was a Hartford graduate assistant 2 years ago. Wow. I'll be there tonight. Wow. No, that's great. Great. He's going, well, you're going to, we're giving the positive energy to your boys. Let's get that cake. All right. We are going to move over to today. Money lines and totals. And let's get this cash right now. Tampa Bay, Toronto. Tampa Bay opening up at minus 12. Now they're at minus 111. Whatever. A 1 cent move over to the Leafs. This total at 6.5. A 1 cent move towards the under. Vasilevsky will be between the pipes for the Lightning. I'm not entirely sure who's going to be in between the pipes for the Leafs. Lightning scoring 3.51 goals per game. That's obviously going to change with Stamkos out of the lineup. 23.7% power play, 81.9% penalty killing. The Leafs' weak spot, and there's many of them right now. The key to their weak spot is no Morgan Riley and no Muzzin. That's any team. You take your top two defensemen out of it, they're going to get touched. They're going to get hurt. And that's what's happening here. Jesuit scripted trash says over with the Leafs. And Mr. Ghoster says Anderson will go. Viper B tailing the taint. George Wood said Leafs up 3 guaranteed. Bob Ruby says Jimmy Stage is getting worse now. It's a coronavirus. Mr. Gokster, you are right. Riley is close to returning. Lightning are playing their third game in 4 nights. Open it up with a big 5-3 road win at Boston on Saturday, then lose 5-4 in a shootout at Detroit on Sunday. Hedman got hurt in that game. What's going to happen with all these defensemen out? Part of you think, there's going to be less defense being played, but there's also less offense because Hedman gives those breakout passes like Chris Pronger. Johnny Valdez, I'm from Vancouver, but I'm living in Toronto right now. Jesuit Scripted says the Lightning admitted that the physical game at Boston might have had an effect on them in Detroit. No doubt about that. Bobby Arm says Jimmy starts wiping sweat quarantine time. Look, if there's a quarantine, this show is going to be great because there's nobody here but me. And do I need to walk around the streets of Parkdale? Nope. Play the day in right now. Ill wise. Patrick Toby says Canucks Islanders night. I found that a very interesting spot. And I almost made a move on it. We'll talk about that game. But let's roll through the early games and move forward. So let's go. Lightning, Leafs. Leafs coming off that ugly. And McDonough returned to the line. So they did lose Hedman, but they got McDonough back. Obviously, Hedman's much more important than McDonough. Leafs coming off that ugly 0-2-1 California road trip, ended with a 2-1 loss at Anaheim on Friday. They scored just 3 goals on their road trip. They're just 7-5-2 at home in 2020. They get Cody Ceci back, but Muzzin and Riley are big, big pieces to this puzzle. And the coronavirus play of the day from Jensen Bonson is University of North Carolina. And the Sweaty Butcher's prime cut in Boston, Indiana, under 214.5. I'm copying and pasting all of this. Copying and pasting all of this right now. David Chimilio leaning towards the Rockets. When you take these key pieces out of the puzzle, when you have a Leafs team that's going to be thankful to be home after that disastrous road trip, do we trust the heart of the Toronto Maple Leafs? Absolutely not. Do we think that the Lightning can go? You need to be rewarded when you take road teams, even if that road team is 21-10-4 on the road. All said and done, I don't want anything to do with this. I don't want to do anything with this. I'm off of it. And Dominic Lara says, David, I'm a diehard Houston fan. They are not winning by 13 tonight. That's from our Dominic Lara. Respect, Dominic. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to copy and paste that note. Dominic Lara, diehard Rockets fan. They are not winning by 13. And they're an angry group that's not hitting threes. And I had a chance last night with the Jazz to go up double-digit units in NBA, and I lost it. Upsetting. And I took that 3.5 at -115, so I lost 1.15 units. All right, let's keep rolling. We're going to move over to Predators, Canadiens. Now, I wanted to make a move on the Predators, but I saw money coming in towards Montreal, and that money has stopped coming in towards Montreal. Of course it has. Unbelievable. Can't catch a break. Unbelievable. There was a plus 102 when it's fine. Because I'm taking Nashville on the -1 line anyways. And when they win by more than a goal, I'm going to get fucking paid anyways. Unbelievable. What a fucking joke. Why didn't I just pull the trigger then? I'm on Nashville -1. I've yet to bet this. I'm getting -107 at Heritage. Moneyline -107. And point spreads. Let's see what I'm getting on the -1.5. Oh, my God. What a joke. Plus 233 at 5 dimes. Going for a score here. UC Saros has come to save my future bets. Now, obviously, these future bets are probably all lost, but I have a chance now because we have a goaltender in Nashville, and we've seen these guys get hot and take their team on a roll. We've seen how weak this Western Conference is. Now the Avalanche have lost McKinnon. The Stars haven't scored a goal in, 178 minutes? The Jets are trash. Well, they just have no depth. UC Saros up against Carey Price. Predators 75.8% penalty killing will improve now that they have goaltending. And Nilo says Drew and sprained ankles healed enough for him to rejoin the lineup. So he may. Interesting. I was wondering about that. Ivy League just canceled the tournament because of the coronavirus. Wow. Richie Rich, Nashville 4-1 last 5 head-to-head. Wow. And Yale will represent the Ivy League in the NCAA tournament. Wow. Nate Dogg, lean Montreal and over 5.5. I tell you what, if this coronavirus completely takes over, I'm going to stay here, not go outside, and do my show nonstop. Nothing changes here. Unless, of course, I get the coronavirus and die a slow, horrible death. All right. Predators coming off back-to-back shutouts against the Dallas Stars. Home Thursday and Saturday. Saros stopped all 70 shots, 1.84 goals against, average .948 save percentage. He's won 5 of his last 7 starts. But they've only scored 4 goals in their last 3 games. That's a worry. Of course, that's a worry. Canadiens coming off a 4-1 loss at Florida on Saturday. They've been outscored 8-1 over their last 2 games. They're 0-for-16 on the power play over their last 8 games. There's no Tatar. That hurts. But as Nilo let us know, we have Druin coming back after missing 5 games with an ankle injury. Do we trust Drouin's heart? No. Carey Price, 3.49 goals against average over his last 4 games, 1-2-1. Alex Ramirez, Planet X Nibiru. Johnny Valdez says, Jimmy, you in Parkdale? Of course I'm in Parkdale. Where would you expect me to be? I mean, Yorkdale? Come on. I'm the bag. I've got to be in Parkdale. It's where I belong. Aaron Costa says Parkdale is that bad. It's not. Never had a problem in Parkdale. Richie Rich says Nashville 7% public side, but 9% of the money. Nashville, I expect Nashville to go into Montreal and beat them. Nate Dogg interested in the over. I find the over very uncomfortable. George Wood says Montreal going to fly tonight. Jesuits says Cats, Habs under. Von Polo says, do you live near Forest Hill? Nowhere close. Parkdale's the equivalent of what part of Los Angeles? It's just government housing. It's just government housing. This is not a government apartment, but we have government housing here. We kicked the crack dealer out before I went down to Costa Rica. We kicked the crack dealer out. So there's no crack dealer in my building right now, which is wonderful, which is a breath of fresh air. There is a crack house right behind our building. That's life. That's life. All right. I'm on the Predators. Penguins, Devils. Let's go. Dan Kelly says, I got to go. I should have some more plays at 5:30. Good luck and God bless you. I don't believe in inventors. God. I love you, Dan Kelly. I love you very, very much. Guillermo Zertucci says, big shakeup coming to horse racing on the West Coast. Nilo says, you're fine. Parkdale is still an up-and-coming neighborhood. Van Flipper 50 said, it sounds like Venice without the beach. Coco Bongo says, I'm not worried. Just drink whiskey. I will. Okay. Penguins, Devils. What do we do with these Pittsburgh Penguins? What do we do with these Pittsburgh Penguins? Well, I don't want to do much with them. And I'm certainly not going to sit here and take them as a big road favorite. Opening up at -171 now at -173. The Devils are playing better hockey. And there, Mr. Gokster says it right there. Devils playing some good hockey. Von Post says Bob Baffert is a new horse, maximum security. Yeah, it's exciting. Peter Lucas loving that Flyers money line. Lamont Williams, 2-team parlay is in. Steve Priest, Flyers +100. Money line play of the day going for 10 in a row. Oh, sorry. I thought, the Flyers. I thought you were going for your 10 in a row plays of the day. Where is Lamont's action? Lamont. Shoot. Lamont, can you hit me with that again, my man? There's Juan Ruiz now. See, I'm starting to feel better seeing Juan Ruiz in the chat with us. Saying fucking Leche. I'm starting to feel a little better. Lamont, can you hit me with that again? I can't find it. There's the butt pod in the house. Did I miss you yapping about the Canucks? No. We're going to be talking Canucks, Islanders. That's at the end of the NHL coverage. Brent, and I'm nonplussed. Not happy, Brent, but seeing Brent butt in the chat's making me feel a little better. Oh, it was a rough night for me last night, Brent. But it's nice to have you here. There's Prince of the City. Says, does Ian live near you? Ian lives in Hamilton. It's about, depending on traffic, anywhere between 30 minutes and 6 hours. Penguins, Devils. Mackenzie, Blackwood. Who are we going to see in net for the Penguins? Yari's not look good. Matt Murray's not look good. Do you go with the veteran in Matt Murray? Pens, 3.18 goals per game, hitting 20.3% from the power play. Both teams have strong penalty killing. What's this total? Is this total sitting at 6? I guess you can't trust the Pens in any kind of defensive situation. Mr. Goksterberg expects Murray. Johnny Valdez giving me hope tonight. Danny Menlo giving out love to Brent Butt in the house. Richie Rich leaning to the over 6. George Wood says Malkin looks like he's lost a step. Penguins have been outscored 11-4 over the last 2 home games. So they've lost 8 of 10. They're coming off their second straight home loss, 6-2 beatdown by the Hurricanes, administered by the Hurricanes. They hold a closed-door meeting Sunday after a 6-2 loss to Carolina. And when Crosby holds closed-door meetings, he gets the most out of players. but I'm not going to sit here and take a -1. And Richie Rich letting us know that Yari is expected. I'm not going to sit here and take a -175 road favorite, even though Crosby gets the best out of players. Blackwood playing good hockey, 9.915 save percentage right now. Devils are 13-10-10 at home. They've lost 10 games in overtime or shootouts this year. Carlos Baroj also liking the over. I'm moving past this game. Let's go Bruins Flyers. Mr. Ghoster saying the Devils are live. Let's go Bruins Flyers right now. Let's take a look at the market move. The market move in Bruins Flyers. Okay, Bruins opening up at -106. There's been a 2-cent move towards them. It's now -108. This was originally juiced to the over 5.5, and it's now juiced to the under 5.5. Peter Lucas says, I was at the Flyers game this past Saturday. The city is behind them. Electric environment. I've had the honor of seeing a game in Philadelphia, and I watched my beloved Canucks play, and it was one of the most memorable hockey experiences I've ever had. They are great fans, passionate fans. Let's talk. 25-5-4. They now have the best home record in the National Hockey League. Bruins 21-10-3, 43-14-12 overall. Tuukka Rask versus Carter Hart. Look at Carter Hart's home numbers. They're spectacular. Kenneth Wallace coming in with his action. Going to copy and paste that UNC Southern and Delaware State 3-team parlay. There's Dylan Turner in the house. And Nilo letting us know that Krug and Carlo are out for, let me just copy and paste this. Oh, Joaquin Jordan, thank you. Thank you, Joaquin. I missed it. Oh, there it is. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We need to know what Lamont Williams is on. Just doing some quick copying, pasting. I've become a spectacular copy and paster in my day. All right. You're only spectacular at something if you're overly critical at it. If you sit there and blow smoke about how good you are, you're probably not that good at it. So maybe I can improve my copy and pasting. All right. So why are the Flyers rolling? 1, Carter Hart, back. 2, we talked about it all year. Konechny was playing great. Couturier was playing great. Provorov is their beast on defense that they needed so badly. But you need your Giroux and Voraceks. You need the guys who've been there every day for 10 years to step up for you, and that's what's happening now. Drew 2 goals against the Sabres. Voracek 10 assists over his past 5 games. Bruins coming off 5-3 loss at home versus the Lightning on Saturday night. They've locked up the division pretty much. They had won 4 in a row before Saturday. Ulysses Hayes in the house. Free picks, all sports, free sports picks like in Bruins money line. George Wood saying game of the season. Richie Rich says, give me that under 5.5 in Boston versus Philly. 100% on over in early action. Wow. I like it, Richie Rich. Respect. Steve Priest on the Flyers to win the Stanley Cup. Steve Priest on the Blues and Flyers to meet in the Stanley Cup at plus 4,650. Mr. Gokster also on that under. Nate Dogg liking the over. Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste a couple things here, and then I am not making a move on this game. I don't feel like I have a strong enough edge that I can truly be confident in. I like the under, but I don't think I'm going to pull the trigger on it. Nate Dogg on the over, and Ulysses Hayes on Philly money line, and Mitch Bruner coming in with his PGA action. Mitch Bruner last week gave us a casher with Ian Poulter. Mitch Bruner is a spectacular golf handicapper. Johnny Valdez saying big day Nets can upset. I'm going to copy and paste that. There we go. Nets can upset the Lakers. That's wild. I was thinking about the Nets early, but the Nets have been playing bad. Okay, so let's keep rolling along right now. Moving off of Bruins Flyers, we move on to Hurricanes Red Wings, and we hit the only bet I've made on this card. I took the over 5.5 in Hurricanes Red Wings, the over 5.5. This to me was screaming at me. It was just, I found it extremely appealing, and I pulled the trigger on it. I got minus 115 that was available at Heritage. I bet it at minus 120. Slats 45 talking about this says Mantha, Larkin, Bertuzzi reunited last game versus Tampa, exploded for 11 points. Mrazek first game back in net for Carolina since February 22nd. I have to take the Red Wings first period plus 165. The smiles on their faces. Tampa Bay Lightning had beaten them 16 straight times. 16 straight times. Wings are now coming off 2 straight home wins. Bernier playing nice in net. And as we have mentioned here in the chat from these great cappers, keeping up us a titty of everything that's going on is that this is a spot where Mrazek is back in the lineup. Wings snapped a 6-game winless streak by beating Chicago 2-1 on Friday. They followed up that big win over the Lightning, as was said here in the chat again. And beautiful stuff from Slots 45 about the reunited line there. Thank you, Nilo. Thank you. Let's hope it shows in my wallet. Let's hope it shows in my wallet. Man, it's great having Brent Butt in the chat. What a class act and spectacular comedian. Easily top 2 or 3 ever in the history of our country. And we are very proud of him and thankful to have him in our chat. Okay, let's keep rolling and support the Butt Pod as he supports us. And he's quickly becoming a low bagger. Check out his podcast, The Butt Pod, and support right back. Steve Priest saying, I like Corner Gas. Funny show. Okay, let's keep rolling. Hurricanes are playing their 5th game of a 6-game road trip. This is their 3rd game in 4 nights. Mr. Gokes are saying they're still missing 3 key defensemen. They've won 2 straight. They beat the Islanders 3-2 in overtime on Saturday, then a 4-game losing streak, and then they beat up on Pittsburgh 6-2 on Sunday. If they can make it to the playoffs and get healthy, they're going to be dangerous. Nilo's saying Detroit's 8-18 in their last 26 home games. Ronnie Christie said, we all said you, Mark, will be rusty yesterday. How'd that go? No doubt, Ronnie. No doubt. Nice to have Ronnie Christie in the chat as well. Zingle out for the Canes, says Mr. Gokester. Mr. Gokester says Carolina will be a dangerous team, in my opinion. I agree. I mean, my futures are not looking good in the NHL, and I'm sitting with Hurricanes and Predators futures. Okay, Hurricanes at Red Wings. I'm on the over 5.5. I got minus 115 at Heritage. Let's see what kind of market movement we've had in this game. Carolina opening up at minus 209. Look at that move towards these Hurricanes. They're now minus 266. This total has already gone up to 6 at Pinnacle. There's hanging that 5.5 still at minus 120. That's what at Bet365. That's where I got it. Get on this over 5.5 now, because when we get here on the late show, it's all going to be 6s. Mr. Gokester liking the Red Wings first period. That's my only look that I made before the show started, but I have added the Predators minus 1. Ronnie Christie says I'll be on the Wings if it is Bernier Nets. Oh, it'll be Bernier. Bernier's looked pretty good the last 2 games. They've won 2 games in a row. They got to feel good about themselves. There's no way they're going to win themselves out of that first overall pick. All right, let's move on to Rangers Stars. This is another tricky spot. Dallas opening up at minus 155, now at minus 163. An 8-cent move towards them. This total has moved to the under. Rangers 1-4 over their past 5 games, being outscored 24-16. 24-16. Rangers 18-12-2 on the road. Stars 19-11-3 at home. Bishop 2.46 goals against average, 921 save percentage, 2 shutouts. Rangers 3.34 goals per game. Power play at 23.5%. Penalty killing at 77.9%. The Stars power play is better than it has been in recent years. It's at 20.9%. Their penalty killing at 79.5%. Nilo letting us know that Bishop has been confirmed. Ulysses Hayes says take the Rangers money line and write it down. George Wood says Dallas can't be trusted. Mr. Ghoster says Rangers in tough here. And we do have Shesty announced. Wow, look at David Hutton. Look at David Hutton on the Rangers money line and alternate puck line. Wow. Unbelievable. And Johnny Valdez coming in with a 3-game parlay. Going to copy and paste that right now. A lot of people liking the Rangers. Let's hear what Mr. Ghoster has to say about this right now. Mr. Ghost says Rangers in tough here, especially Shesterkin. Seems like he was rushed into his last game. Now he plays a pissed-off Dallas team who's only scored 1 in the last 3 games. Very, very interesting. Mr. Ghoster took Dallas in regulation and Dallas puck line. That is very, very interesting. Von Polo, I like the New York Rangers money line. That is a very interesting look from our Mr. Ghoster. Patrick Toby says, how can the Rangers be trusted? Zibanejad is a monster, and I've always been a big fan of his. I was shocked when the Senators traded him. He has 17 goals in his past 14 games. The Rangers are 9-1-0 in their last 10 road contests. And then we deal with this Dallas team who's lost 5 straight games, coming off back-to-back, being shut out back-to-back games by the Predators. Their scoreless start's 173 minutes. in their 5-game losing streak. They're 2 of 14 on the power play, and they've allowed 7 of 16 goals, penalty killing. Wow. Richie Rich says, desperate teams scoring over 5.5. Desperate teams scoring over 5.5. Bum Post, how can you depend on Dallas scoring enough to win the game? Wow. You know, I find these looks very, very interesting that you guys are on. Very interesting, but I just don't feel like I can pull the trigger. There's been movement towards the under. There's been a 6-cent move at Pinnacle towards the under 5.5. Wow. Nate Dogg says, I see a 4-2 score in the Rangers game. I want Dallas to lose out. This is tricky. Anilo saying New York has been playing as well as any team in the league over the last month. All right, let's move on to Islanders Canucks. Here we go for our man Brent Butt. I watched the game, and Brent's done it many times, but I remember the first game where he was the color man for the Vancouver Canucks TV broadcast. I enjoyed it immensely. Old Tommy Larshide's got nothing on you, Brent. You did a hell of a job. Let's talk about these Knuckleheads. Man, this is another tricky spot. Both teams are struggling enormously. Let's start with these Knuckleheads. They've lost 5 of their past 6 games. They're coming off a 2-1 loss at home to Columbus on Sunday night. Markstrom is injured. Demko is playing okay. He's playing all right. Jansen says, need the butt play of the day. We do. Pauly C says, put me down for St. Mary's +9. I will right now. Put down our guy, Pauly C. Thank you for sharing your action and hard work with us, Pauly. Let's move back to this Islanders spot. God, this is tricky. So I don't trust Thatcher Demko, but I don't trust the Canucks offense either. Besser is skated Sunday for the first time since suffering that rib cartilage fracture on February 8th. Besser hasn't been that good. Patrick Toby says Islanders have been scoring, just haven't won games. Take the over. Nilo saying Canucks power play 4th in the league at 23.9, and the Islanders penalty killing strong at 81.0%. Islanders have lost 6 straight games. Mr. Gold says Canucks are in a bit of a funk. George Wood says Canucks going to miss the playoffs. I've been saying that all year, and with how incredibly – I don't remember our AHL team ever looking this strong. And I want us to not make the playoffs because we have some beauties that are coming. We are loaded right now, and I want futures on the Canucks next year. Billy Hills, we had a tough night last night, my man. We had a tough night. Mr. Ghost says, not as good as Belleville Sens. Yeah, Belleville looks really good, but for us, we've never been this strong. And I don't necessarily mean our win-loss record as much as the pieces we have down there, especially on defense. We're very, very, very excited. Canucks Islanders. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with. My initial feeling was to the over. Vancouver opening up at -124. Now they're at -119. Can we trust the Canucks offense? Nate Dogg says, I'm on the over 5.5 in the Vancouver Canucks game. Ronnie Critzy says, home ice advantage critical in this matchup. Canucks slight advantage. This line is too accurate for me. Sit back and watch, maybe live bet. Thank you for the support. Al Hard, much love to you. Brent Butt said, I said at the start of the year, Canucks would end up with 90 points and miss the playoffs. It looks like you're going to be bang on. Selfishly, I want the Canucks to not make the playoffs, and I'm going to hammer futures on them next year. Hammer them. What we have in Utica is, especially on defense, so strong. Walla Walla Dose says, love the no time restrictions. Much love to you, Walla Walla Dose. This is our show now. Brent, what do you think? You watch this Vancouver Canucks team every night. You've been watching Demko take over from Markstrom. Coming off that 2-1 loss at home to Columbus on Sunday night. We know Columbus plays a defensive style. Jesuit says, Islanders win, baby. There's Eric Jones in the house. Coco Bongo says, Canucks have been giving up the first goal over 70% last 15 games. Steve Bree says, Canucks don't do well against defensive teams. George Wood says, Quinn Hughes said he's the best D in the league. What an ego. I want him to play with that ego. I want Quinn Hughes to play with that ego. I am, and nice job. That was an absolutely spectacular play, and everybody was on the other side of you. So Incredible work and respect. Oh, what do we do with this Knuckleheads game? I found that over 5.5 appealing. I really do. Steve Priest says, what has happened to Trotz's system? Mr. Ghoster says, Hughes kind of reminds me of Letang. I think he's better positionally. Ronnie Christie says, Isles clearly miss Zekas. Not the same team since he went down. The Butt Pod from Brent says, Demko looked nervous to take on the number one role at first, but getting stronger every game. Tons of natural talent. I'd like Canucks to get in to start, getting these young guys some playoff. I'd like the Canucks to get in to start getting these young guys some playoff experience. I mean, I'd like the Canucks to get in for the city of Vancouver, but if they get in and even go on a bit of a run, if they win a series, then I'm not going to get the value on betting them next year. And I plan on betting them heavier than I've made a Canucks bet. I don't remember when I made a bigger one. I really like them for next season. And Alex Ramirez, Spidey play today. Flyers regulation time. Steve Priest says losing Markstrom was huge for Vancouver. I'm not going to pull a trigger right now on the over 5.5. We have the great fortune of having a 5:30 p.m. late show where we can go over these plays again. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to pull the trigger here. I don't want to sound too desperate, but I need a winning night tonight. Brent, if you had a free bet to make on over 5.5 or under 5.5, what would you do? I would like to hear that. If you had a free play on the total at 5.5 goals, would you think they would go over or under? Because I came close to, and Brent says over. Just feels like Varlamov has not been good. Hughes is healthy again. Steve Priest says Canucks an over team, Islanders an under team. The Islanders aren't the under team you remember. 2.76 goals per game, 2.78 goals allowed, 17.6% power play. Luffy in the house. Luffy D Monkey in the house says, "Hey Jimmy, can you do an NBA player props on a daily basis?" I just have to take what the league gives you, and I have 2 player props that I like. One I'm going to bet for sure today. So I don't want to do a daily one because I don't want to force it because the player props have been quite successful, and I just want it to come naturally. All right. Dave Berkey says the butt play of the day is in, and I am tailing. Over 5.5. Steve Priest says Islanders only 1.8 goals for average last 5. Bot says take everything I say with a pound of salt. I am not as high on what I've seen from Demko, although he has been looking better as he's each and every game. Von Polo says, what price can we get on Detroit Red Wings to score first tonight? See if I can give that to you quickly. We've got a huge NBA card I want to attack with you guys. Let's see. Score first. Here we go. Score first. Where is it? Sorry, I'm having a... Why can't I find it here? Score first. Man, it's not. Maybe it's not up yet here. Okay, sorry. I've got to. Come on, score first. Okay. Team to score first on the Detroit Red Wings is not good. Plus 150. Team to score first, plus 150. Mitch Bruner says, I work at a hospital, got to fight Corona. Jimmy and Lowbaggers, hope to catch late show, Wake Forest money line, and previously posted golf picks. Thank you for what you do, Mitch Bruner. We have so much love for you. Paulie C getting at plus 140. I get it at Bet365 at plus 150. Jesuits getting it at plus 145. I know I read that, Carlos Broge. I'm shocked. It's getting scary. It's certainly getting scary. Ronnie Christie, legit riding the underdogs in the NHL today. Nothing wrong with that. Going to copy and paste that too. I wanted to take the over 5.5. I feel like the Islanders are going to have to start scoring. They're not playing towards. Dom Ricci's been on these over 5.5s with the Islanders for a while. I'm going to jump on now. Brent Butts action is in. It was opened juice to the under. It's still juice to the under, and I can get a plus line right here. Plus 101 at Bet Online. Over 5.5 at plus 101. And I'm adding my third play to this card. We have one more game in NHL, and it makes me very uncomfortable. God, I've been saying it all day, but this is a tough hockey card, and I'm not having a very good season in NHL after smashing it. Oh, no. Dave Burke says, my manager just sent an email saying she's been in contact with someone with COVID and has to self-quarantine for 2 weeks. Thank you, Luffy, man. Thank you, my man. Jeff Joseph says, just read about Jason Service. What a devastating black mark on horse racing. It all makes sense. Now Service was always at the top with obscene numbers over 2 years. Now we know why. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Big Ragu, our Big Ragu 62. We talk about low baggers, supporting low baggers. We have a contest coming up from Big Ragu. A contest. Let me pull it up so that I can talk about it with intelligence here. Big Ragu 62. And this is the contest. A free to enter first annual Betwise NCAA conference tourney contest, bragging rights, and surprise first place prize. There we go. A surprise first place prize right here. Our guy, the Big Ragu Conference Bracket Challenge. Jump in and support our Big Ragu. Patrick Toby said, growing up on Long Island, always hated horse racing. Ragu says, see if I can post it. I should be able to post it. Let's go right now. Here we go. Here is the Big Ragu contest. Free to enter. Right there. All right, Billy Hills, much love to you. We got Cole Leon. I've got Lamont. I've got Lamont's action here. And let's go. All right, next up, Senators, Ducks. We hear that Anthony Stolarz may be between the pipes. What we do know is that John Gibson is questionable after suffering a groin injury. So, my pleasure, Ragu. Thank you for all the support you've given me, and anytime I can help. God, you're such a great guy, class act. Senators are 4-1-0 over the last 5 games. They're playing good hockey. Craig Anderson's starting to play good hockey for the first time in years. They begin the 5-game road trip with a 2-1 overtime win over the Sharks on Saturday. They're happy to get out of Ottawa and get into the sunshine. But this Ducks team is rolling right now. They're getting action from Raquel and Silverberg. We've been waiting all year for Raquel and Silverberg. Killer says took over 5.5 on this game earlier. That makes sense to me. They both have weak penalty killing. The problem is they both have really weak power plays. And Craig Anderson is playing really well right now. But I can understand it. It's opened at 5.5, and it's already gone to 6 at Pinnacle. If you want those 5.5s on the over, get it. Maybe this is a poor way of looking at it, but I do not want to be watching this game tonight with money on my pocket on the line with these shit-ass hockey teams. So I'm going to stay off this. Steve Priest looking at the Sens Ducks over, but last 6 meetings have gone under. Mr. Gokes is saying under 5.5 and Ottawa. I'm off this. All right, I've got 3 plays in NHL. I'm tailing the Butt Pod play of the day over 5.5 in Islanders Canucks at plus 101. And Mr. Gokes says Stolarz is a monster. Next best AHL goalie, Duchesne. And then I'm on the Predators on the -1 line for a big score. And the first play in the morning that I sent out, and it's going to get to 6 by the late show, is that over 5.5 in Carolina, Detroit. Al Hard says, what's the Butt Pod, Jimmy D? Butt Pod, play of the day. Well, the Butt Pod is Brent Butt's podcast, the great Brent Butt, legend in Canada. And the Butt Pod play of the day is the over 5.5. All right. Let's move into NBA. I had a chance to go to double-digit units, and I did not get it. The Raptors showed a ton of heart. In NBA, I'm 120, 104, 53.6%. I'm up 7.94 units. I lost 1.15 units on that. My average line's -108. My ROI is 3.54%. I went from an over 4% ROI down to 3.54 with 1 loss. Luffy says, NBA with Jay Money on your show would be cool. Right now, we're not doing any call-ins right now, but it's something we're talking about and that we may do in the future. And so look, Jay Money's just a spectacular capper. We have so many great NHL cap or NBA capper and NHL, but NBA cappers in our chat, and very thankful to roll with Jay Money and have so much respect for him. And jamming with Jay Money will be on in 1 hour. Oops, Squad Cap says I was nervous. I had Raptors money line before you said you were on the Jazz. Patrick Toby says you took the Preds. Damn right I did. -1. I'm going for a big score. And Viper MB coming in with his action. There's something to be said about live guests. It's just, and we're trying to kind of move in that direction because there's something just more electric when you're sitting beside a person that you can't really recreate through a Skype call or something like that. But I feel you. All right, let's get to work right now in NBA, coming off an 0-1 spot. We're going to start with Celtics Pacers. Celtics Pacers. I've made no moves on this NBA card as of yet. There is a player prop that I find extremely interesting. 2. 1, I'm going to bet for sure. There's Sammy B liking that Washington -4. All right. Celtics, Pacers. Let's see what we're dealing with. We're going to move over to spreads and totals. I'm excited about this game tonight, Boston, Indiana. Boston opening up as -1.5 point favorites. Now we see -3s across the board. Celtics pace last 5, 24th in the association, 97.82 possessions a game. Von Polo on the Pacers money line. Pacers pace last 5, 7th in the NBA, 101.50. Pacers coming off that 112-109 win at Dallas on Sunday. They're coming together. Sabonis double-double, 20 and 17. It was a nice 4-1 road trip. They've now won 6 of 7. They've won 8 of 10. Brogdon's still dealing with the hip injury. He's day-to-day. They're doing this without Brogdon. They're doing this without McDermott, who I've never been a very big fan of. Trotwam leaning towards Boston. Rod Swag says, how about them Raptors today? Great call, Rod. Great call, Rob, as always. Let's talk about these Celtics now. Celtics coming off that 105-104 loss at home to OKC on Sunday. They've been beaten up, right? And now only Brown's out of the lineup. He's going to be on the sideline still. He's got a right hamstring injury, but Walker's good to go. Tatum's good to go. Hayward is all good to go. Ronnie Christie says no Oladipo or Lamb. I thought Oladipo was okay. Wow, let me check that out. That's a huge spot. And thank you for mentioning this, Ronnie Christie. I thought we had Oladipo in the lineup. Let's get to this very quickly here. Indiana Pacers. I thought we were dealing with a Oladipo. Wow, good call. How did I miss this morning? Questionable. Could be headed for another game time call. And that's why the market goes from 1.5 to 3. Jimmy Stain says, Celtics are having serious problem closing games. I can't lay on the road with them right now. That makes sense, Jimmy. That makes sense. Ronnie Quissy saying Oladipo is questionable. MHP says Oladipo is always questionable. Joe Anisi in the house. Nice work with your work play of the day yesterday. Respect to our guy, Joe Anisi. Rod Zawacki coming in with his action. He's back in the Celtics. Unbelievable back in the Celtics. First half -1.5. Oladipo was saying very positive things about this squad to reporters after that very impressive win against Dallas. Jimmy Stain talking about how the Celtics aren't closing games. Another team that's not closing games is that Mavericks squad. Fleds W, Boston first half. Walla Dose leaning towards the Celtics. Jamal Stone says Celtics half. Pacers full game. Peter Lucas says Celtics in a get-right spot. Heart and hand liking Celtics first half more than full game. And Joey Nisi here with the work play of the day. Interesting. So a lot of people liking the Celtics first half, backing what our Jimmy Stain talking about, how the Celtics aren't closing games. Michael saying Celtics 10-1 against the spread first half last 11. Wow, Michael, that's a great stat. Oops, Squad Cap says Pacers start slow at home, liking that first half Celtics look. Pauly C on the Celtics -2.5. Celtics first team has too much of an edge. And saying 61% is on Boston right now. And the Joey Work play today is in Nationals +100. And Joey Work coming off a nice casher yesterday. Baseball's coming soon. Those the first 2 weeks of the baseball season, the NBA is still going on, regular season, NHL still going on. It's, we're going to be capping 28-30 games. 28-30 games. Danny Menlo says, keep blasting life out for Jimmy. Working hard for us despite his impending quarantine. And Eddie Duncan giving love to our guy Briggsy. Briggsy's going to get that clean bill of health, and he's going to be back in action. And I'm very confident in that. But Matt Randall did send us in the play, the Taint play of the day. And Dave Burke says, man, I can't wait for MLB. Stu Chaos says, don't be fooled by Indiana. Indianapolis says they didn't beat Dallas as much as Dallas missed shots and beat themselves. Dallas didn't score for 3 minutes and 45 seconds. And Dave Burke said the 11 a.m. show before the 1 p.m. game is the best. That was one of the main reasons why we kept it at 11 a.m. No doubt about it. Taint is Hartford plus 7.5. We'll go over that shortly. I'm going to wait on this Celtics-Pacers game. A lot of moving parts here. I hear a lot of you guys liking Celtics first half and liking Celtics. Pacers are playing better basketball. Thank you, Eddie Duncan, my man. 80 proof TVs on the Celtics money line. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. The Butt Pod play of the day makes his debut here. I'm betting with the bag. Much love. Low baggers out there, support the Butt Pod, the Butt Podcast. Support it as he supports us. Low baggers support low baggers. Thank you so much for joining us, Brent. Let's move on to Knicks Wizards. Knicks Wizards is the next game on the docket. Let's see what we're dealing with here. New York, Washington opening up at -3.5, now 4.5 and a 5 at BetOnline. We've been seeing very sharp cappers in our chat backing the Wizards all day long. This total opened up at 227 and is now at 228.5. Wizards pace last 5-6 in the NBA, 101.70 possessions a game. When I go over the possessions last 5 every day, and the pace of the entire NBA is slowing down right now. Nilo says Wizards coming on. Walla Walla Dos already took the Wiz at -4. Wizards coming off 189 home loss to Miami on Sunday night. Beal held for under 25 points for the first time in a long time. That was the second longest streak by an Eastern Conference player since 2001. He went 8 for 24, and the Wiz matched their lowest point total of the season in that loss on Sunday night. Wizards are 20-4 in their past 24 games against these Knicks. Knicks coming off a 96-84 home victory over Detroit on Sunday. They finished a 3-2 homestand. When's the last time you saw them have a winning homestand? They beat up Detroit in every which way. They out-rebounded them 51-35, and Julius Randle coming off a big game. A big 22 points, 12 boards game. Von Polo says, take every Bradley Beal prop you can take. Points, 3/4, steals, everything. That's interesting. Every Bradley Beal spot you can take. Trotwham says, do we think Beal slows down here? I believe not. Well, let's go over and take a look at what we're dealing with. Bradley Beal props right now. Let's see what we are dealing with. So Bradley Beal going to pop off an 8-24 game. What is that going to be? It's at 31.5. I just have not had success on player props over 29.5. And it's not that I think you guys are wrong. I think you're right. I can't go back to something where I don't have success on. Sammy B says Beal points, rebounds, assists at 41.5. N says Liveline always gets a Beal over 2.5 threes. At +120. Let's go to that right now. Threes made. Bradley Beal. Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense because it's at 3.5 at +135 in my book. Ronnie Christie says, I dropped an average size bet on the Celtics to win the Atlantic early in the season. Should I take the positive cash out and run? Yes. The Raptors are so deep. And look, we're off till Saturday. We have the Pistons waiting for us at home. The Raptors are, as our Tim Steve's mom says, deeper than the ocean. Yes, Ronnie Christie, if you can get a positive cash out, take it out. Take it and run. The Raptors, they're just too strong. Okay, let's Ronnie Christie said, I'm tempted to wait till they play each other. I mean, I look, I got Dave Berkey to take the he's on the Oilers to win the Pacific Division. He put $100. They were offering him like 148. And I was like, take it. I believe it's 148, 150, somewhere around there. I was like, take it. I feel the same way here, but even more so. I mean, this team is just, I mean, maybe you should wait and see what's going on with Norm Powell. There's Jay Money in the house. Jay Money getting respect and love from the chat all day. Thank you for joining us. All right. I'm going to stay off this Knicks Wizard spot, but I respect those of you who got in at 4. I guess 4.5 is nothing to worry about. Oh, Berkey, I don't like hearing that. I don't like hearing that. Michael Wynn says Wiz first quarter is a lock. Knicks -8 differential for first quarter away games. That's a very interesting look. Let's move over to the Wizards first quarter. Knicks feeling good about themselves. 3-2 homestand. Wizards early makes a ton of sense. Wizards, what are they coming off again? They're coming off that loss to Miami on Sunday night. It's Tuesday. Did they go out in Miami? Probably. Hey, JL, thank you for those kind words. New to your channel and love it. JL, welcome to the Low Bag fam. Love it. Wow, I find this tough. Antoine Seymour coming in with his action. Celtics on the spread. Wizards on the spread. Cavs on the money line. T-Wolves on the spread. Grizz on the spread. Mavs spread. And Clippers. And Lakers first half from our Antoine Seymour. Thank you for sharing that. Going to copy and paste that right now. Copy and paste from our guy Antoine. Lock it in. All right. And Garrett Kerr says Raptors won't sniff the finals without Kawhi. We show a lot of heart. Dominic Lair, Dallas first quarter 21-11 against the spread overall on the road. 9-0 last night. Wow, those are wild stats. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste that. I'm just a little hesitant to back the Wizards here. I know you guys are so. I'm going to hold off. I imagine that the market's going to be moving with you guys who are on the Wizards. I'm just going to keep rolling. Maybe we come back and visit it. Let's move over to Cavaliers, Bulls. Cavaliers, Bulls, clearly different vibe in that locker room with Bickerstaff running the show. Bulls open. Oh, that's first quarter. Let's go to full game spreads and totals right now. Nate Dogg says Raptors going to the finals again. Jesuit scripted trash as Wizards winning this, Jimmy. And JL says, yeah, I have to in-game Wizards. There's our guy Noli Knows in the house. Much love to our Noli Knows joining us. Noli Knows, what do you want today? What unders are you going to be cashing with? And thank you for joining us. 420 Fuego says everyone on the Wiz. Now I'm worried. All right. Let's hammer this Cavs Bulls game. Full game, money lines, and totals. Bulls opening up at -3.5. That's where they stand. That is across the board. This total sitting at 217.5. Pinnacles moved it to 217. The rest of the books, other than Heritage, are at 216. And Brian Watson in the house, thank you for joining us. Repulate Gaming rolling with us says, what's the taint play today? And top play, Slim Jim. I'll tell you the taint play today is Hartford +7.5, but we're going to go over all of the action here shortly. Oops, Squad Cap says Caps money line all day. Bulls are my favorite team, but no Levine is a bad bet. He scored 42+ the only times they beat them. Bloods W says, what are your NHL looks so far, Jim? I'm on 3. Predators -1. Over 5.5 in the Hurricanes, Red Wings, and over 5.5 in the Islanders, Knuckleheads. There's our guy, Daniel Sahagan in the house. Thank you for joining us. AM Italy Serie A wants to end soccer season now. Wow. Let's just not worry about the coronavirus and just focus on what's ahead of us. Cavs coming off back-to-back home victories against the Nuggets and the Spurs. Sunday night, 132-129 overtime victory. Cavs pace last 5, 22nd in the NBA. Bulls pace last 5, 20th in the NBA. What's this total sitting at again? 217. Oh, it's gone down to 216. Walla Doe's leaning towards Chicago, but they both suck. Rod Zawacki is on the Cavs +3.5. Steve Priest leaning toward the Cavs +3.5 and the over 216. Michael letting us know that Bulls are 3-13 against the spread at home. Over their last 16 games, Andre Drummond came back in a big way, 28-17. They're 5-5 under Bickerstaff. Bulls coming off their third straight loss, 110-107 at Brooklyn on Sunday. And Brooklyn played bad in that game. They played bad in that game. Now, are we going to take the Cavs on the road here? I can't do it. I just can't sit here and have my money on this Cavs squad. Obviously, they're changing with Bickerstaff. Bickerstaff here. Steve Priest says Mark Lawrence picked the Cavs today. And saying Levine says out. Coco Bongo making a move on Gonzaga. Joey Nisi on Hofstra. Nate Dogg says they do have a few nice players coming back. Yeah, I mean, we were waiting for Markstrom to come back, Otto Porter Jr. to come back. And they're back, and they're quality players. And let's not, forget Lauri Markkanen. But Killer B leaning Cavs. G-Man liking that under in Knicks Washington. And Debo Caps like a Hofstra first half and full game from our Debo Caps. Thank you for sharing that, Debo. All right, let's copy and paste that. And Riley is in tonight for the Leafs. Riley is in tonight from the Leafs. Thank you for sharing that, Mr. Gokster. Hot off the press. Riley is in tonight for the Leafs. All right, I just can't take the Cavs on the road here. I just can't do it. I'm not going to. Let's move on to Timberwolves, Rockets. That's next up on the docket. Timberwolves, Rockets. Rockets opening up at -12.5. And we had a very interesting comment. A very interesting comment from Dominic Lara, and I copied and pasted. Let's go over it. Dominic Lara said, where is it? Okay, here he goes. He said, David, I'm a diehard Houston fan. They are not winning by 13 tonight. They are not winning by 13 tonight. Jesuit Scripted Trash says, instead of taking the Bulls, the plays on the over in this one. That's very interesting. Oops Squad Cap says, the number of games that closed at over under 245 have went over. No games, excuse me, sorry. No games that closed at over under 245 have went over since 2003 until last week when the Timberwolves Pels went over. But then they played again this past week and closed at 247 and went under. And Noli knows making moves. Here's Noli knows his unders in baseball. Nationals money line, Cardinals, Red Sox under 9.5, and Pirates, Tigers under 10.5. George Wood says Rockets put up 130, no problem. Steve Priest saying Wolves 20-11 to the over on the road. And Dominic Lara tailing Dan Kelly on the under 67 Rockets first half. That is a nice spot to tail Dan Kelly on. But they're not hitting their shots. Are they going to start hitting their shots? Oops Squad Cap says Houston is cold. I'm smashing the under. There's Manny Sanchez in the house. Thank you for joining us. Lamont Williams liking the under in that Houston game. Bookie Lover Q says, Timberwolves all day. Got to keep the Houston fade until they grow up. Jimmy Stain says, Rockets can't be laying 12.5 against anyone. Polly C says, don't get me wrong. I don't like the Rockets, but the sense of urgency is glaring. These are the types of games where the Rockets win by 30. That's what's scaring me as well. Silver Gold liking the T-Wolves as well. That's what's scaring me too. When are these guys going to wake up and start hitting buckets? Timberwolves, Rockets. And that total is at what? Open at 244.5, now up to 246.5. The Insider's Room play of the day from our AM plus money is the Canucks money line -125. Captain 24/7 says Wolves all day. George Wood says Vegas putting up 13 for a reason. Paste that right now. Jay Money says Timberwolves just don't play enough D. Dylan Turner says Harden going off tonight. Mark my words. Michael Wynn says Wolves last 10 first half game totals average 126. Poker Addicted 79. Our guy Piker in the house says Houston on a 4-game losing streak includes games for Charlotte, Knicks, and Magic. It's feasible Minnesota can keep it close for at least a half. Daniel Sahagan already took the Nets +12 since last night. Dog of the night from our guy N is the Spurs +3.5, and Debo Caps the Southern -9 is strong. Coldest team in the conference. Oh, strong versus the coldest team in the conference first round. Copy and paste a root. Going to be studying all this all afternoon because I need a winning night. Badly. All right, I'm not making a move on Minnesota, Houston. I know you're sitting there saying you've made no moves in NBA so far. That's fine. We have a late show at 5:30. There are moves I want to make, and I really need a winning night. Houston coming off their fourth straight loss, 126-106 at home to the Magic on Sunday. Those of you thinking about pace, the Rockets' pace is 9th in the NBA, but that doesn't tell the whole story because the NBA as a whole's pace is down as a whole. They're 9th in the NBA with 101.09 possessions a game. That would have been 17th, 18th 3 weeks ago, a month ago. Timberwolves pace last 5 second in the NBA, 106.60 today. Trotwam says we are winning today. Dylan Turner says Jimmy in the black on black with the black background. That's right. All I want is be in the black today. And so I wore the appropriate wardrobe for the black paper. Oops Squad Cap says by 5:30 the total will be 250, smashing the under then. Steve Priest says Lakers down to -10. Who's out? Really? Wow. -12 to 9.5 at Heritage. Paulie C says Nets +4 first quarter. Lakers gonna take an exhale after beating the Bucks and Clips. I thought so too, and Shady McQueen says LeBron is questionable. Wow, okay, that's changing everything. Jay Money says Lakers may lose. Gets those big nuts out, drags them over people's faces. All right. Shady McQueen says we not losing. Catered by Chef Jeff says LeBron a groin injury. Okay, let's stay focused here and talk about this Timberwolves Rocket spot. We've got time. Nobody's telling us to rush. We've got spectacular cappers in the chat. Sammy B got on Brooklyn +11. And Jay Money says LeBron not going to play. All right. A lot of moving parts here. Wonderful having Jay Money in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us, man. Luffy says Rocket spot. Oops, Squad Cap. Happy about that +11 after. Damn right. All right. Let's get into this. Houston coming off their 4th straight loss. It was ugly. They're angry. They shot 29.1% from long range. Oh, that's actually for their 4 game. They're shooting 29.1% from 3 over this 4-game losing streak. They're getting out rebounded night after night. They're allowing 48.8% shooting from the field to their opposition. Timberwolves are coming off a 120-107 home loss to the Pelicans on Sunday. That was that total that we were talking about in the chat that was over 145. Minnesota's lost 7 of 10 since the All-Star break, and still no Karl Anthony Towns. No Karl Anthony Towns. All right. David Chimilio says Rocket smash here. I am not making a move on this Timberwolves Rocket spot. Let's move on to Magic Grizzlies. I know Debo's right. Cat is out, but the record is slightly better without him, which is shocking. But it's not. What I take from that is that Malik Beasley, D'Angelo Russell have given them a spark, and I think they would be better if, obviously they got to be better with Cat in the lineup. All right, Manny Sanchez says Grizzly money line all day. Dominic Lara says I was at the game on Sunday. They're not playing as a team. Rockets win tonight, but not by 13. And Thartley 16 is on St. Francis, Pennsylvania. Money line versus Robert Morris. I'm going to copy and paste that right now. Optimus Prime saying Magic a live dog on the road. I have not seen a team change their pace this drastically all year. And now they have DJ Augustine coming in off the bench. And Dominic Lair says, hope I'm wrong, though. I love your insights, Dominic, and thank you for them. Gabriel Ortiz says, took Magic Grizz over 108 first half. And Bookie Lover Q saying Magic definite live dog. All right, let's break this game down right now. Magic Grizzlies. Let's see what we're dealing with from the market perspective. Grizzlies open up at -2, quickly go to -2.5. They're still at 2 at Heritage. This total opens up at 223. It's now down to 220. And then we have the exact numbers from Jesuit Scripted Trash. Timberwolves have been better without Towns, 9-19. Then with them, 10-25. David Chimilio liking the Magic in this spot. Young Suave in the house says Magic been cashing overs. And Robert Allen wanting to know who ends dog of the day is. Zeke Mammon in the house says Houston is bad, but this has 228, 203 written all over it. I hate that they're shooting so poorly. It scares me. I don't want to go up against them. Debo Cap says over 220 seems to be the play in this game. Magic lead the NBA in points per game since the All-Star break, and Memphis top 10 in pace. Let's talk about the Memphis pace because both teams are actually slowing down a bit. Last 5 games, Memphis 16th in the NBA, and Magic pace last 5, 18th in the NBA at an almost identical spot, 100 possessions a game. 100 possessions a game. Akira 04, Russell Westbrook over 31.5 looks good with the Wolves defense. I hear you. I can't make bets on plays that And then as soon as we started talking about it, and I started marking, this was with Teddy Covers, and I started marking down the spots where I would take over 29.5, and I just stopped betting them, but I put them in a spreadsheet, and they were losing. So I just can't make it, even if I like it. Even if I like it, I just can't make a move on it. And Paulie C says a magic 11 straight overs. Patrick Toby, no NBA plays yet, but they're coming. And I'm not rushing, and I need to win. All right, let's break this down. Orlando coming off that victory at Houston on Sunday. We've talked all about it. They've won 7 of their last 11 games. They're averaging 120.8 points per game on that 11-game stretch. DJ Augustine coming off the bench has been a monster, 42 points while going 11 of 17 from the floor last 2 games. Memphis coming off that 118-101 win over Atlanta on Saturday. Valanciunas, 27 and 17. Ja goes for 24 points. Much love to you, Luffy. We're a team here. Let's get it. Jesuit scripted liking this spot for Memphis to win number 33. They're sitting at 32, 32, 18, and 14 at home. Whew. And Sammy B says, bet the points, rebounds, and assists, find more value. I hear you. I've got a player prop that I want to make, and it's coming. It's coming right now. Let me tell you what it is, but let me see what the number has changed here. And it's in this game right now. Here we go. Oh, shit, sorry. Let me cut that. Here we go. Let me tell you my player prop to at least get this party started. And it's not available. It's not been available. As soon as I can make a Big Dick Zingas prop over points and over threes, I'm going to make it today. Sounded a little bit like MC Hammer there. Got to pray just to make it today. Okay, Mavericks, Spurs, Porzingis. I think Porzingis has a game tonight. 9 points, 3 of 17 shooting. Luka Doncic continues to not be able to close out games. Tim Hardaway coming off a big night. Dallas in their 112-109 loss at home to Indiana on Sunday. They had a 109-104 lead with 3 minutes left in the game. Mavericks 21-11 on the road. Spurs 15-14 at home. Spurs are starting to give up. That's what's happening. Spurs are starting to give up. And there we go. Luffy says, cheers from Mumbai, Jimmy. Luffy, I love it. Cheers from Mumbai. Oh, that's dope, man. Right back at you, Luffy, and all of yours in Mumbai. Much love to you. That's sweet. I love that. I love that. Trotwam says nothing yet about his NBA action. A lot of us are taking things slowly today. And Frankie Knuckles saying doing research until later. Good luck, Frankie Knuckles. You get that cash. Trotwam saying Boston is the closest I've been to pulling, but nothing yet. I'm taking my time. David Chamilio says Dallas 7-0 against the spread in their last 7 games and playing on the road against San Antonio. C. Priest leaning towards the Mavericks at -3.5. Oops Squad Cap says Dallas probably will sweep the season series with the Spurs. Dominic Lara liking a double up here with the Dallas Mavericks. An angry Dallas Mavericks squad that's not being able to close games. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Move over to the market moves. See what we are dealing with here. Dallas opening up at -3. Now there's 3.5s across the board. There's no threes available anymore. This total has been sitting at 227.5. George Wood says Doncic overrated. I mean, look what he did last game. 36, 10, and 8. Daryl Rice has smashed Dallas first half. I think he's right. I think he's absolutely right. I think we double up here because there's no DeWante Murray, and he was just starting to step up. So he has a right calf strain during Sunday's overtime loss to the Cavs. So the Spurs, 6th straight game without Aldridge. They're missing Podol. They have no Bellinelli, who's sick, and Lonnie Walker with a chin injury. AZ saying Brunson, Seth, Curry, Finney-Smith, game time decision doesn't make me confident. You know what it makes me confident in? Is Porzingis. Jay Money saying Doncic is still questionable. It's Anthony Devontae in the house. Thank you for joining us, Anthony. Paulie C says Spurs are the worst team to cap, man. Starting to think that Pop's coaching strategies are getting outdated. Well, I'm going to have to wait. AZ says, yep, Porzingis. Daryl Rice says first half for Dallas is set. But I need to know that. Okay, let's just get the most updated information that we can get right now on Luka. I need Luka to take all of the defensive energy so that Porzingis can hit his buckets. Now, listen to this questionable. Should he not be able to play? Of course, DeLon Wright, Barea. I miss DeLon Wright. All right. Mavericks, Spurs, I guess I'm going to stay off. Mavericks pace last 5/8 in the NBA, 101.49 possessions a game. Look at what's changed in the NBA is I've been telling you guys that the pace of play is slowing down as a league over the last week or two. The 8th place Mavericks pace last 5, 101.49. So we can compare that to the 18th place is 100.10. Ronnie Christie says Luka sprained shooting wrist. Del Rice talking about no Aldridge. And Shady McQueen says these players are still questionable. That's how you lose money. Why bet without knowing? Exactly. All right. Still no moves on this card. Let's talk Suns Blazers. God, now 0 moves I've made out. All right, that's fine. Suns Blazers. Let's talk about this spot. And let's first see what Lillard's prop is because he's not playing well. And when is he going to wake up? Is he going to wake up? I know it's going to be high. It's 29.5. Juice to the under. 29.5. Juice to the under. Michelle Matson in the house says happy Tuesday to all. 1-1 yesterday. No fun, no harm. Michelle Matson, you are a big asset to our team here. Thank you for joining us. Blazers pace last 5:15. The pace is there's so much parity. I mean, they're all around 100 possessions a game right now, and that's not been the case all season long. Rod Zwacky says another stay away with the Blazers. Shady McQueen says Blazers killed me twice last week, and Jay Money says Luka is the real deal. All the elites know it and show him respect. Michael Wynn on first quarter Orlando 3-11 against spread last 13. Grizzlies 7-0 last 7 at home. Interesting, very very interesting. Great, Michael Wynn, you've been on fire, man. Michael Wynn's been hitting us with great stats throughout. Great job, Michael Wynn. Big asset to us. Thank you for joining us. All right, Suns, Blazers. Blazers 28-37, 17-14 at home. They're playing bad basketball. Steve Priest leans Suns plus 4.5, but likely off. MHB says Baines has been fired. Luffy says Dame time tonight. That's what I thought. And Sammy B going to that Whiteside points, rebounds, and assists. I'm a little hesitant because we know that Baines is hitting these threes. He's going out of control with threes right now, and he's just going to draw Whiteside out of the paint. Paulie C says, ride the Blazers now or never sense of urgency. Blazers -2.5 first half. That's what I did on Friday. And I would be sitting here double-digit units up in NBA if I didn't double up on the Blazers on Friday. I mean, I'm waiting for the sense of urgency, and I'm waiting for Dame to step up. What did he do last game? 12 points? 4 of 15 shooting, 2 of 10 from 3? All right. Suns coming off very high-scoring games. See what that market move is here. Portland opening up at -4.5. There are 5s now on the board at BetOnline and Bovada. This total opened up at 233.5, and now we have a 232.5. Bookie Lover Q says, give me Suns, Blazers, and Spurs. Same boat. Oh, give me Suns. Blazers and Spurs, same boat. Sorry, I misread that. All right. So Suns beat the Blazers 127-117 on Friday. Then they beat the Bucks 140-131 on Sunday. Baines goes for 37 and 9 threes in that win over the Blazers. So these teams just met and put up 144 points. Right now, this total is at 232 and dropping. So we had some cappers, and Jay Money says, wouldn't argue anybody off taking the Blazers. We had some cappers talk about the Pelicans over, the Pelicans T-Wolves. They have a total at 245, and it goes over. And then they play again, less than a week later, and it goes way under. Jay Money says, wouldn't argue anybody off taking Blazers, but Suns have been balling. So Baines goes for 37 against the Blazers. Then he goes for 24 against the Bucks. Booker goes for 20 points in the first quarter. Booker's just rolling 13 of 17 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3. Rubio goes for 25, 13 and 13, 7th career triple-double. Mikal Bridges goes for 21 and 10. And Blazers were beaten badly in the opener of the 6-game homestand. They've got to get right here. They simply have to get right here. They simply have to get right here. And I feel like I've been getting deja vu. I said this on Friday. They're at home. Lillard's been playing shitty. They have to step up here. Oops, Squad Cap says there are better bets to me. 420 Fuego wondering what the Booker prop is. Booker at 28.5 points, juice to the over. Steve Priest saying Suns won by 6 last meeting in Portland. Anthony Devontae saying Lillard going to wake up tonight. Michelle Madsen, the taint is Hartford plus 7.5 in NCAA basketball. They have to step up here. Game 2 of a 6-game homestand. How did these assholes not step up? Bookie Love Q says the problem is Blazers defense. They cannot stop shooters. Ronnie Christie, I thought Hartford was a plus spot. Let me just quickly go to NCAA. I know we're going to come right back to this. I'm very close to pulling the trigger. There's Brooke Jordan in the house. Brooke, help us. David Chameleos says Rip City is a done deal. Hartford's plus 7.5. Not chalky at all. It's actually moved to plus 7. We got to make moves on it. No, it's all good, Ronnie. Joe and EC liking UMBC plus 6. 420 Fuego leaning towards the Blazers. How do the Blazers not get right here? They simply have to at home. Sammy B taking that Brooklyn team total over 106. They simply have to. Killer B says Blazers are a bunch of bums. They should win, but don't trust them at all. Daryl Rice says because it's Portland. Respect, J Money. Have a great show. Jamming with J Money pops off in 23 short minutes. Raven in the Desert taking Manhattan money line. Andrew G says it's too many points. Look, the Suns have been scoring at will, hitting all their buckets, having these magical nights. Well, 2 of them in a row. What's the market move being on this spot? Still at 4.5. Oh, these assholes are going to make me do it again. Okay. I'm doing it. I understand why people don't like it. But if these guys are going to just get me right in the fucking shorts one more time. Oh, I'm not fucking losing. Sammy B says, don't force it. I don't think I'm forcing it. What I think is happening here is that there is a recency bias at play where we've seen the Suns shooting the lights out the last 2 games, and we've seen the Blazers playing terrible. And it was their first game of a homestand. Now they have their second game of the homestand. Viper MB saying, don't do it. The Blazers have to be able to take care of business here. Thartley says, grip it and rip it. That's what I want to hear. I love it. Leonard Welch says, trust your eyes. No, that's the thing, Leonard, is that you're not, and this is what we have to do with horse racing, is that you don't trust your eyes. And that's what the whole Undoing Project, that book I talk about all the time, it's the best book I've ever read about gambling, and it's not a gambling book, by Michael Lewis, who wrote Moneyball. It's called The Undoing Project. The thing is, don't trust your eyes, because your eyes will play tricks on you. We know that. You've been at the bar at 2 a.m., hammered, liked what you've seen, Woke up at like 5:30 in the morning going, ah! What have I done? JL says, Suns always get out fast. I'm thinking about that game. It's interesting. Luffy, it's a spectacular book called The Undoing Project. Talks about all the biases. Ski Prophet says, trust your eyes, but also do your homework and 5 ways to back it up. Flipper says, I've lived through that more than once. We all have. I see. So, Ski, what do you think about this Suns Blazers spot? Alice M says, Jimmy, I'm a newbie at all this, but one thing I've learned from everyone is don't force plays. Look, okay, this is what I think is happening. The Blazers are playing bad basketball right now. And I never like a team in game 1 of a 6-game homestand, first off. They lose, they're angry. We've watched the Suns shooting the lights out. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm doubling up on the Blazers. First half, full game. I can see what's happening here, and I understand why it's happening here, and I understand why all you guys are saying don't make this move. But never lean Suns. Of course, I should have said that. Ski Profit, 1/3 of his capping in. It's just 9:41 out west. You got lots of time. Nicholas Fogg says Jimmy on tilt. All right, first half, I'm getting a -2 at -115 at Bookmaker. And full game. Boogie Lover Q, the Skunts, I almost call them. The Suns are scoring at will at home. They feel good about themselves. Get on an airplane, go up to Portland, smell that hippie stink, and shoot some bricks. We'll see. We'll see. I'm doubling up on Portland. Full game. I'm getting -4.5 and -105 at 5 dimes. -4.5 and -105 at 5 dimes. All right. I hear you, Boogie Lover Q, and that's why everybody's going to be on the Suns. SoCal Reseller says, save some heartache and just mail the book a check, Jimmy. All right, we shall see. We shall see. All right. And Damien McCorson says no. Look, I get it. Jesuit scripted trash laughing at me. I get it. All right, let's keep rolling along. We have 2 games left on this card. Next up, Clippers, Warriors. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Clippers, Warriors. Clippers open up at -11.5, and that is exactly where they stand right now. Dominic Lair says, how'd you get -105 on 5 dimes, Jimmy? Let's get back to that right now. Well, I have -105 in a whole bunch of books. I have it at 5. This is from Sportsbook Review. Maybe they're lagging here, but I have -4.5, -105 at 5 dimes, at Bookmaker, at Heritage. 3 books at -105, and Pinnacle at -106. So maybe it's Rod Zweig says, good luck, Jimmy. I stayed away this game, but I'll root for you. Thank you. 420 Fuego says, not trusting the Suns on the road. Now a couple people coming out. Give me some confidence. Thartley 16, we hammered. We beat up that game. A lot of the cappers on the Flyers. A lot of them. All right, Heart and Hand says, and we'll go over everybody's action. Heart and Hand says, smash Clips first half, -6. All right, Clippers, Warriors. Let's get to work here. So we have the Clippers as 11.5-point road favorites. This total at 226.5. This game makes me uncomfortable. Guillermo says, I'm riding with you. Like it. Prince of the City says, fade Philly. They've won 9 straight, Prince. Man, we're all so excited about you coming to Toronto. Prince of the City on his way to the 6. Not this weekend, but next weekend. JL says, Clippers beating up their neighbor tonight since they got beat up by the landlords. And AM's with me, too. All right. Warriors pace last 5, 21st in the NBA. And what was that total? Sorry, 226.5 is what we are dealing with. Both teams' pace has been slowing down. I wonder if we can get under. Rod Zawacki says Clippers trifecta. Marcus Morris and Reggie Jackson are struggling. We talked about the Clippers quite a lot at our poker game last night. Why are they struggling? Is Reggie Jackson taking time away from Lou? Marcus Morris held to single-digit scoring in 4 of his past 5 games, 1 point. He's going to get rolling at some point. 1 point in that 112-103 loss to the Lakers. Reggie Jackson has 21 points over his past 3 games. And the Clippers have still won 6 of their past 7. They've won 3 straight on the road. Warriors are coming off 118-114 win at home over the Sixers on Saturday night. Steph Curry was out with an illness. He did not practice Sunday. He's questionable tonight. That snapped a 10-game home losing streak. Bookie Lover Q says Beverly on Curry. Clippers blowout. Oh, and N ends with me. He did say Portland wins tonight. Jackie Treehorn, thank you for the respect. Much love to you, Jackie Treehorn. We are now in minute 105. Actually, not quite, because I think I did start a little bit late. I was very angry. We're 100 minutes in. N says you're going to get it, Jimmy. That's what I want to hear. Randy Lockhart says, Jimmy, trust me, Clippers. Oh, Ronnie Christie coming with Stony Brook, Hartford under. Copy and paste that. Wow, look at Daryl Rice. Says Clippers already at the arena, suited up. They're going to get rolling at some point. Do we want to wait and see if Steph is in the lineup? Maybe if Steph's allowed, maybe we get a tiny bit better number. Boogie Love Q says Draymond not interested in playing this year. Dude says he's planning his vacation. Steve Priest leaning towards the Warriors backdoor cover. It's not that I don't think that the Clippers are going to smash. It's that I don't want giant road favorites ever. I just never want them. And I'm going to stay away from them. And Rod Zwag says, you have Fuego, Clippers, trifecta tonight. Robert Allen, like in North Carolina, we're going to get to that. Jesuit Scripted says too many points. 420 Fuego says Curry playing, we don't know. Luffy says Kawhi load management. David Chamilio says, yeah, right. Clips are smashing huge today. You're right. George Wood says, what is the Clippers' motivation at this point? I'm not adding this to my card. And then we have this Nets-Lakers game that we need to wait and find out what the hell is going on with LeBron. Let's see if I can get any quick information. This is the last game on the card. Then we'll review picks. And then we'll review picks. And I do feel better. Thank you, guys. I was extremely angry for the last, 15 hours or so. Robert Allen, liking North Carolina, is going to go deep in this conference tourney. Viper MB liking the under on the Lakers game. Let's see if we can get any information on these Lakers quickly. I guess not. I mean, it's 9:47 a.m. So we're probably not going to get anything. Let me just quickly look and see what they're saying. Braun, and AD. See what Bronny is saying. Sore left groin, questionable. All right, I'm going to wait on this. Daryl Rice says Braun just played 2 huge games. Frankie Knuckles says I tailed on IPFW and killed my parlay. I did not help with college basketball yesterday. It was not a good day for us here, and I was angry. I was very angry. Extremely angry. Couldn't have been more angry. All right. So I'm going to wait. Poker Addicted, our guy Piker saying Nets and under. There's Simone Mambella in the house. Thank you for joining us. Akira04, it is Hartford plus 7.5. So we need more information on the Lakers. Let's not get too – but let's talk about one thing about these Nets, okay? They get a new coach, and it's questionable. We don't understand exactly why. I've always liked Vaughn, so – I don't know what to make exactly of Atkinson, but they mutually agree to part ways. Dinwiddie goes for 24. Levert goes for, and Harris go for 23. Vaughn starts DeAndre Jordan over Jared Allen. And then the Nets commit 28 turnovers, only 7 for the Bulls. And they still win. So, all right, so they're not playing that well, but Daryl Rice wouldn't be surprised if they actually won. All right, So let's just move off of this and start breaking more down. Mark Unkefer, I missed what you are talking about, my man. Okay. All right, so all said and done, let's go. I'm only on 2 plays right now. I'm waiting for the Porzingis prop to get on the board. It's not there. I want it there. Lillard at 29.5. I expect him to go over that. Let's just quickly see. But I'm not. I've doubled up on the Blazers, so I need him to go over that just so I can win this bet and see if the Mavericks player props are up. Are they? They are not. Okay. All right, let's review everybody's action. Dominic Lara says, I will ride with you on Blazers -4.5 revenge game. Yes. Ooh, KCP player prop over. I'm going to copy and paste that. All right, copy and paste that. Okay, let's go over everybody's action. And then let's an afternoon of study and work. And then I will catch you guys again at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. And then says Max likes Hartford too. All right, play of the day from our ill-wise Knicks full game under 228.5. Ronnie Christie. Oh, wait, no. I need to make the Taint play of the day an official pick. So let's go over there right now. Taint play of the day. Hartford plus 7.5. It's still available at Pinnacle. Bet365 has moved down to 7. All right, so I'm going to jump on the Taint play of the day. I'm getting plus 7.5. For show purposes, obviously I'll have to bet it at 7. Hartford, Taint, play of the day at -113. Plus 7. Lock it in. All right. Okay. David Chimilio liking the Kuzma player prop. And Alex Ramirez liking that Spidey play of the day. Flyers and regulation. Okay. Let's go. Ronnie Christie, Stony Brook, Hartford, under 132.5. Raven in the Desert, like in Manhattan, money line. Sammy B, Brooklyn, team, total over 106. Joey Anisi, UMBC, plus 16. Thartley, personal, play of the day. St. Francis of Pennsylvania, money line over Robert Mares. Astute Chaos parlaying Boston. Remember, Astute Chaos went 7-0 last week. Boston, Indiana, first half over 104. And New York, Washington, first half under 116.5. Ronnie Christie, Rockets, T-Wolves over 247. Debo Caps is on Southern -9. The dog of the day, Spurs plus 3.5 from our guy N. Spurs plus 3.5 from our guy N. Insiders Room play today from our AM plus money. Vancouver Canucks money line -125. Noli Knows is on the Nationals money line, and in more baseball action. Spring training action. He's on the Cardinals, Red Sox under 9.5, and the Pirates, Tigers under 10.5. Debo Caps is on Hofstra, first half and full game. Joey Nisi is also on Hofstra -1. Coco Bongo's on the Gonzaga, team total over 76.5. Dominic Lara, is on Mavericks first quarter -0.5. Mavericks first half -1. Rockets first half under 67. I will be making moves on this, but let me just grab this off. Simple rules. Simple rules. Oh, I deleted it. Sorry, I meant to hide them. You can say anything you want. Oh, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to do Insider's Room. Sorry, let me fix that here. God, I screwed that up. I need my guy, my bouncer here. Oh no, I've hidden him. How do I fix that? Okay, I've got to. Shit, I got to figure. Oh, great. No spam. And I pressed the wrong button. But I screwed up and got... How do I... Okay, I've got to figure out how to get Insider's Room back. Shit. Damn it. I know you can do that somehow. Maybe here? Shit. Insider's Room, I'm so sorry. I fucked up. Oh, go to history? Oh, great. History on what? Top chat. I respect that, Mark Uncle. Okay, shit. How do I get to history? Anyone know? Killer B says, get yourself a moderator. We have Nasty Nate. I can grab more. How do I get him back? Oh, there. Unhide user on this channel. Oh, no, that's the wrong guy. Shit. I'm just fucking this up. Here we go. Hide user on this channel. Sorry, you guys. This is not the way. I can't get him back. Okay. I'll figure that out. 3 dots beside his name. I feel you, but I can't. They're not giving me the 3 dots. Okay. I will figure out where. Is the Insider Room say anything else? Shit. Okay. This is not some. So there we go. Here we go. Unhide user on this channel. Okay. Insider's Room back. Okay. Unhidden. Okay. Sorry, Insider's Room. My fault. Okay. Sorry, guys. Antoine Seymour. Celtics on the spread. Wizards on the spread. Cavs money line. T-Wolves on the spread. Grizz on the spread. Mavs on the spread. And Clippers on the spread. Also making a move on Lakers first half. That's from our Antoine Seymour. Paulie C is on Celtics minus 2.5. Joey Nisi. Work play today is on the Washington Nationals. So we have Joey Nisi and our guy Noli knows both on the Nationals. Interesting. Unbelievable. Taking Celtics first half minus 1.5. Rod Zawacki. Celtics minus 2.5. Memphis minus 2.5. Cavs plus 3.5. And Mini plus 12.5. Viper NB. Wizards minus 4 under 221.5. And the Lakers game. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. God, I was just reading poorly. Did not sleep enough last night. I was extremely angry. Wizards minus 4 under 221 in the Lakers game and under 222.5 in the Orlando game, and under 232 in the Blazers game. That's from our Viper MB. Ronnie Christie taking dogs in NHL tonight. Devils, Wings, Rangers, Senators. Mitch Bruner, who's now working at the hospital. Much love to you, Mitch, and everything you do, is on Wake Forest money line, and he posted his golf pick. I'll tell you guys about that. Alex Ramirez, Spidey play today. Flyers in regulation. Paulie C, St. Mary's plus 9. Johnny Valdez is on a 3-game parlay. Wizards money line, Clippers money line, Grizzlies money line. Ulysses Hayes, Rangers money line. And Mitch Bruner's play is on Daniel Berger, top 40 finish, and Shane Lowry, top 40 finish. Ulysses Hayes, Philadelphia moneyline. Mr. Goker on the under 5.5 in Boston, Philadelphia. Steve Priest, parlaying Boston and Flyers to meet the Stanley Cup plus 4,650. Nate Dogg on the over 5.5 in Boston, Philly. Viper MB is on the Wizards minus 4, and I told you about those unders. Lamont Williams is 2-team parlay. Wake Forest and Delaware. Kenneth Wallace saying UNC, Southern Delaware State, 3-team parlay. We've had a lot of people liking UNC. I want to just look at that game very quickly before we move on. Stephen Lewis, is on the under in Memphis. Jansen's coronavirus play of the day is North Carolina. Patrick Toby talking about Canucks Islanders. I can't wait to watch that. And we talked about Illinois play of the day. Taint play of the day. Hartford plus 7.5. Oops Squad Cap is on Nets plus 11.5. Celtics minus 2 and Cavs money line. Not me's on Kent State. Sammy B locked in Washington minus 4. Paulie C's first quarter looks are Grizzlies minus 1. Nets plus 4, all first quarter looks, and Blazers minus 2 first half. Michael Wynn, Bulls first quarter under, Wizards first quarter over, Mavs first quarter and first half. Trotwam is leaning towards the Timberwolves at plus 12.5, Celtics minus 3, Memphis minus 2.5, and Washington minus 4. Drewski, like in Philadelphia, Flyers this evening. Walla Walla Dos on the Wizards minus 4, and early lean to Chicago minus 4. Arian Costa, like in Boston, minus 2, and the Cavs plus 4. And that, my friends, is the low bag action. My action in NBA, Dan Kelly on the Houston team total under 66.5. My only action in NBA is I doubled up on the Blazers first half full game. They're going to give me back the money that I lost on them on Friday. And then in NHL, I have 3 looks. So I tailed the tank play today, Hartford, and I might grab North Carolina, but I'm on Predators minus 1. And then I'm on 2 overs. Hurricanes, Red Wings over 5.5, as well as the Knuckleheads over 5.5. And that Knuckleheads over 5.5 is the first butt pod play of the day. All right, let's take a look at what we're dealing with North Carolina here and see if we should pull a quick trigger here and join a bunch of you guys. North Carolina, Virginia Tech, it's up minus 4 right now. Minus 4. All right, I think I'm going to wait and study it a bit. I think I'm going to wait and study this spot with North Carolina against Virginia Tech. All right, there we go. And there you have it. I have no show without these incredible cappers in the chat. Thank you guys so much. This is your show now. And people are noticing how special our chat is. And because they're noticing that, I believe that we are going we got some really exciting opportunities within sponsorship because of you guys and because of this chat. Shout out to all you guys. Melvin, I only tailed the taint play today in Hartford, and then I made a move on the Blazers first quarter, first half, but lots of work to do. Lots of work to do. My guy, Simone Mambella, The Insider's Room, Jesuit Scripted, Trash, Brian Watson, Melvin Betances, Dominic Lara, Rod Zawacki, Elena Lynn, Noli Knows, Steve Priest, JL, Big Ragu, Insider's Room, Damian McCorston, Brooklyn Funk Project, Joey Nisi 420 Fuego, Alex Ramirez, Robert Allen, Trot Wham, Dominic Zappia, D-Bo, Astute Chaos, Killer B, Viper NB, Bookie Lover Q, Kareem Walker, Mark Onkefer, Luffy D Monkey, coming to us from Mumbai. All you guys, thank you so much for your support. Poker Addicted 79, Brooke Jordan, Ill Wise, and Frankie Knuckles, Brandon Ware. We have no show without you guys. I need a day-to-day. God damn it. Need a day-to-day. I'm going to smash shit. I need a day-to-day. I'm going to get it. I'll see you guys at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Leche Es Los Bookmakers! Let's fucking go!